So, a while ago I decided to play the 26-year-old Resident Evil 1 for the first time, and holy shit, this game has aged pretty well. It's still an absolute banger, a masterpiece. As soon as I saw the game's live-action intro and the brilliant acting of everyone involved, I knew I was in for a ride.
No! Don't go!
After choosing to play as Jill or Chris and watching the game's goofy cast introduction cutscene, the real fun begins.
What is this?
Wow, what a mansion! Stop it! Don't open that door!
But Chris is...
What is it?
Now, some people say the original Resident Evil has some of the worst voice acting in video game history, but I don't care. I'm not a good voice acting fanboy. I'm a bad voice acting enjoyer, and this game has all the bad voice acting a guy like me can ask for. Just look at Chris's extremely realistic reaction to finding out his comrade isn't dead after being shot.
Wow!
Or take a look at this man's final moments before he dies from his horrible injury.
Oh, Jill, this house is dangerous. There are terrible demons. Ouch!
Delicious. And let's not forget about the man, the myth, the Barry. Every piece of dialogue this man has is legendary.
That was too close. You were almost a Jill sandwich.
Honestly, it's pretty amazing that the same game that has scenes like this still manages to be scary and tense. And it owes a lot of that to its soundtrack. And also characters always separating from each other for no reason. The music in Resident Evil 1 is usually eerie and dreadful, but also relaxing when it needs to be. They weren't fucking around when they were making these songs, man. Until they decided to make the director's cut version. The mansion is one of the best locations I've seen in any video game. It's a deadly maze with danger in every corner, and it has some weird-ass monsters inside, like zombies that moan. Like, a lot. And a plant that likes spanking people. Guess it's into BDSM or some shit. There are also a bunch of fucking annoying enemies like the zombie dogs and the hunters. Especially those hunters. These dipshits are so hard to kill that you'll have a better time just running away from them. It takes like 4 shotgun bullets to kill them, and they're always moving and jumping around, making it harder to shoot them. The hunter section of the game is truly painful. At least they're polite enough to use doorknobs instead of breaking the door. The enemies are usually placed in tricky places that the player can't see until the camera switches to another angle.
Hello there.
So the tension is always high because you never know what's in the next corner. Unlike in many other games with fixed cameras, the camera here rarely gets in the way of the player. But on the few cases that it does get in the way, it will really fuck up everything. Like, what the fuck is happening here? What is this shit? It's time to talk about the inventory system. You only have 8 slots, and you have to use them for keeping everything, and I mean everything. Guns, ammo for the guns, health items, key items for progressing the story, and even fucking ink ribbons that you need for saving the game. You can't even discard or exchange items, so if you get to a spot where you have to pick up a key item and you don't have any empty slots, you should basically go back to a save room, put some items in the item box, then come back to get it. And there is no way to know when you'll need to use a key item. Now you might be interested in knowing that I was talking about Jill's inventory until now. You see, the boulder puncher has 6 slots instead of 8, and he doesn't have a lockpick like Jill, so he has to pick up small keys to be able to open locked drawers. That means 1 less inventory slot. You should avoid enemies at all costs when you're playing as Chris to avoid using an inventory slot for extra ammo. And even then there are points when his inventory gets full. And I swear every time that happens, the game starts putting important items everywhere like it's taunting you. If you picked Chris and managed to finish the game the first time you played RE1, you have my respect and admiration. Chris's campaign is batshit crazy. He doesn't even get the grenade launcher. Instead, he gets a pistol clip. Chris doesn't even have the Chad Barry helping him out. Instead, he has Rebecca.
What is it?
What? Oh no!
By the way, this is supposed to be after she kills a fucking tyrant by herself in Resident Evil 0. I know the original Resident Evil came out before Zero, but I still find it hilarious. So as I was saying, Chris's campaign is rough, but it's still worth playing for this scene alone.
This is the ultimate life form. Tyrant. Chris? Stop it.
This is clearly the definitive version of Resident Evil 1. Fuck the remake.